Hello, and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are currently playing through CODA. This music paired with leaving off on this part. We're in the middle of a very important conversation where Haruki admits to Kazusa that he wants to be with her forever. He's going to leave Setsuna, but the final choice, of course, he's going to leave to Kazusa because he cannot make any final decision by himself. So, let's see what she has to say.
今のまま辛いまま必死で生きていくか、今よりもっと辛い思いをして、そして今よりもう少しだけ幸せになるか考えてみてくれ。
春樹、
お前が答えを出したら俺は全力でその通りの未来を切り開く。悪魔と契約してでも。
春樹。東日本航空248便ウィーン行きはただいまご搭乗の最終案内をいたしております。お客様は82番ゲートよりお急ぎご搭乗ください。私
おっ、トーマー。
Oh, that flashback.
おーい、小田ー、ゲートそっちじゃないぞ。
あれ？でもフランクフルト便は70番だって。
航空会社違うだろう。ちゃんと確認しろよ。
あ、本当だ。なんだよ紛らわしいな。
出発便ってのは大体同じ時刻に出るもんなんだよ。ほら、54番ゲートは向こうだ。
Man, when Haruki was yelling Toma from across the airport, it's a good scene.
悪いな。それじゃあ行ってくる。
なんか頼りないな。お前本当に帰ってこれるのかよ。
Bye bye, plane. So many big decisions in this chapter.
なんだよそれ。お前今日のノルマ終わったんだろ。会議も取材も入ってないんだろ。
あ
なのに何さっきからグダグダ言ってんだよ。行けないかもとか遅刻するかもとか。
Takia puts up with so much, honestly.
あ、だからさっきから言ってるだろう。締め切り前だからいつ呼び出されるかわからないって。
That's crap.
そしたら30分以内に戻らないといけないって。
Like, honestly, if you have a friend like Haruki, just don't even try. Just don't even try.
そんなの携帯切っとけいいじゃんか。今日一日くらいなら取り返せるだろうお前なら。
そうもいかないんだよ。メインで任されたの今回が初めてなんだし。
だからってお前、仕事と彼女どっちが大事なんだよ。だいたい今日は。
分かってるって。今日がどんな日かくらい。
春樹、さっきから電話遠いぞ。
え？
それともお前の声が消え入りそうなだけか。周りの音はよく聞こえるしな。
あ、気のせいだろ。
やっぱなんか元気ねえな。お前本当に分かって。
2番線、電車が発車します。閉まる扉にご注意ください。
あ、悪い。電車出るから切るな。
とにかく必ず来いよ。俺とイオは先に現地に。
What a jerk. I mean, we know why. It's just really frustrating. I end the call and rush toward the door before it closes, as if to attempt to avoid hearing the rest of what Takeya had to say. This week is the first time I'm able to go home before midnight. No, normally I wouldn't even go home today. It would usually take me a station's travel from Minami Suetsugu to Suetsugu-cho, after which I'd need to take a 15-minute walk. It's February 14th, Setsuna's birthday, and there's a party for her every year. The idea of holding a big home party on your birthday past the age of 20 might seem laughable for those uninvolved. What? No, it doesn't seem laughable. It seems cool and cute. Like, people should care about your birthday. Even so, to the participants of this party in particular, it's an expected, sacred, and sublime event that they look forward to every year. Both family and friends gather in large numbers, casually chatting and eating from the grand buffet that the birthday girl made. The party itself feels very Western, yet contains something very uniquely Japanese, like a perfect blend of traditional Japanese and Western styles. I was at the center of the celebration last year, and the year before that, as the #1 target for the other guests who had attended those parties. All because I dared to make the birthday girl mine. That's why, this year?
さっきから電話遠いぞ。それともお前の声が消え入りそうなだけか。
How could my voice not grow weaker? After all, as things are now... A few days has passed since then. I haven't heard anything from Kazusa, and I haven't contacted her either. Back then, Kazusa merely glared at me with tears in her eyes, neither throwing herself into my arms nor rejecting me. Instead, she merely turned her back toward me and walked away in silence. It was so the both of us could have time to think about things, so we could dedicate everything to ensure that we both know where we stand. We never set a deadline for such a conclusion. Yeah, knowing these two, it could take years. My hopes and anxieties for this situation to resolve within a day or two were for naught, making me realize that I'd need to steel my resolve for much longer on the 5th day. Her next concert is in 2 weeks, and today, having still not heard any decision from Kazusa, I head towards Setsuna's house. Perhaps I can find solace in knowing that we're surrounded by friends and family, or...
Yo.
Yo. Really, this girl. I can't see a trace of her anywhere when I'm dying to meet her, but she always happens to show up when I least expect it.
5日ぶりだな。元気にしてたか？
お前こそ。
元気なわけないだろ。あんなひどい選択を丸投げしていきやがって。私まで病気で倒れるかと思った。
それは。
Almost as if she had forgotten how cruel a choice I had made. But you didn't, make it. You decided it. That doesn't mean you did anything that you needed to do, actually break up with Setsuna. That's a first. That's the first thing you should do. As if not even aware of how I felt these past few days waiting for her, Kazusa merely looks at me teasingly.
なんだよ、その顔。まるでこの前私に言ったこと、後悔してるみたいだぞ。
そんなこと。
なんて、後悔するの当たり前だよな。
If you know already, then don't bring it up. How could I not be regretting this? I said from the very beginning I would. After all...
お前の言ったことの重さを考えたら、しない方がおかしいもんな。
Why do I have to separate from Setsuna? I love her. I could never come to hate her. I swore to her that my feelings would never change again. And I believed in what I promised her. And yet... Why am I forced to make this decision for the sole reason that I love Kazusa too?
答えは
But I understand now. Kazusa has made her resolve.
そろそろ返事くれるんだろう。俺を選ぶのか、それとも捨てるのか。
She's aware that my feelings would waver over the next few days that she's given me to come to a conclusion. She's aware that after the day I'd said what I'd said to her in the heat of the moment, I might have spent the painstaking days that followed trying to put my feelings in order and come back to reality.
空港に行ったんだ。
え？
別にウィーンに逃げ帰ろうとか、そんなことは考えてなかった。
じゃあなんで？
ただ思い出したかったんだ。
思い出すって何を
？5年前お前と別れた時の悲しさを、身を引き裂かれてしまったような辛さを、そして比べてみたんだ。私のバカな決断で周りがみんな壊れてしまう時の辛さとさ。
Oh, Kazusa.
それで
Kazusa was trying to respect my resolve more than her own feelings. And if I were to suddenly change my mind, she would have accepted it.
お前さっき聞かなかったよな。私がどうしてここでお前を待ってたのか。
それは
私になら気づかれてもおかしくないって、そう思ったんだろう。お前が今日必ず行く場所のこと。
'Cause it's February 14th.
春樹、お前今から刹那のパーティーに行くつもりだったんだろう。だからこの駅で降りたんだろう。
あ
刹那に会って、でも私のこと何も言えなくて、ただプレゼント渡して食事して別れ際にキスして別れるつもりだったんだろう。
カズサ。
そして後悔するつもりだったんだろう。私を選ぶのやめようかって。やっぱり刹那を一番愛してるって。
It's not fair. It's not fair to anybody involved.
そんなこと
分かってた。お前がまだ揺れてるって分かってたんだよ。何度も死ぬほど後悔するって気づいてたんだよ。
カズサ、俺は。
でももうおしまいだ。
え？
空港から大急ぎでここまで来た。電車もタクシーも自分の足も全部必死で使ってギリギリ間に合った。私お前を止めに来た。捕まえに来たんだよ。
Oh, there it is. There it is.
カズサ。
もう刹那と会わないで。
Kazusa tried to respect my decision more than her own feelings. And if I were to suddenly change my mind, she would have accepted it.
春樹、刹那を裏切ってくれ。そして私を選んでくれ。
But it seems I've managed to overcome Kazusa's trap. I've won this game of deception with the devil and signed a contract in the depths of hell.
お願いだ。ずっと私のそばに。
いいんだな。
愛してる。
お前の手元にはもうピアノと俺しか残らない。それでもいいんだな。
別にお前だけでもいいよ。
And in that moment of victory, Kazusa looked very pained and sorrowful, but also unbelievably happy.
カズサ。
At that moment, we exchanged our vows in each other's embrace, and the natural next step would have been to share a passionate kiss. But instead of moving any further at this stage, she merely puts her lips against my finger. Nothing is over yet, and I know how horrible it will be to end it. Even though I can sense hesitation in her lips, I can also sense she desires more. The finger touching her lips soon becomes enveloped by her mouth, and I can feel the force of her teeth. Don't do this in front of the train station. Come on, people don't need to see that. I can feel the tip of my finger getting licked, and then suddenly, a sharp pain.
Haruki.
The strength of her teeth grows gradually stronger, and once blood starts flowing from my finger, Kazusa swallows. That was nasty. What do these two have about licking blood? It's just, no, gross, yuck.
これでお前は私のものだ。
So unnecessary. And with this, we establish an oath signed in blood. Two days later.
Kazusaさん、とうとう練習を再開してくれまして。
いつから？
昨日からみたいです。ずっとホテルに戻ってないみたいだったから必死で探してたら東大元暮らしでしたよ。
どういう風の吹き回しかしらね。
立ち直ってくれたんですよ。社長の思いがKazusaさんに届いたんですよ。
No, we all know that's not the case.
本人がそう言ったの？
いいえ、ずっとスタジオから出てこないので。でも私にはわかるんです。
わかるって何が
？Kazusaさんの気持ちがですよ。泣きたい気持ちを必死でこらえながらも社長のために必死で頑張るその優しさが。
話してもいないのにどうしてそんなことが言えるの？
ピアノを聴けばわかるんです。私だって東間陽子オフィスの一員ですから。
ピアノねえ。
ほら、社長も聞いてみてください。Kazusaさん、こんなに頑張って。
これが泣きたい気持ちをこらえながら必死で頑張ってる優しい女の子の音？冗談でしょ？
She knows. She understands. Because sometimes you need to be Like, you need to be a pianist to understand someone's feelings from the piano. Not like always, but I do think they share a connection through that specifically.
1番線、まもなく発車します。閉まる扉にご注意ください。
The gates shut as the bells ring, and the unmanned vehicle quietly slides along its tracks. That's the third train I've let pass. I even decided to leave home 30 minutes early to make sure I had time to spare. But once I reached the transit station, I just collapsed.
やべえ、もうこんな時間かよ。
The first time I felt that something was off was yesterday night. But back then I thought I was just imagining it. But today, when I got on the train at Minami Suetsugu, I was made aware of how optimistic my self-diagnosis had been. On top of a headache, nausea, and a chill, my heart was beating like an alarm bell. And my shivering hand looked almost funny as it tried to grab onto the hanging train straps. At first I thought that it was the train's heating that was too strong, and that I'd feel better once I got used to it. Yet it seems that the heat emanating from my body wasn't going away that easily. And before long, even the other passengers started noticing the paleness on my face. And the closer I got to my destination, the worse I felt. When I got off to switch trains, I was overwhelmed by a numb feeling in my entire body, such that it hurt even to walk. Then, when I finally reached the platform where the next train was going to stop, I breathed a sigh of relief and sat down on a nearby bench. And almost as if roots sprouted from my legs, I found myself in my current situation, unable to move. What's happening to me? I have no time for this. About Saturday. Thank you for the text. Don't apologize so much. It's not your fault you couldn't come. It was unreasonable of me to hold the party on a weekday to begin with, so I don't mind. I also heard from Takeya-kun. Is it really true they entrusted you with the front page? That's amazing, Haruki-kun. To think they entrusted you with so much responsibility in your first year. Io and I are super excited about it. Congratulations. Your work finally paid off. I'm so happy for you. Changing the subject, remember when you invited me out on Saturday? Don't take this as compensation for that, but I'd like to see you again if you have the time. Actually, it's been so long, I'd love to. It might be a bit unfair of me to say this, even though I already said I don't mind. I'm sorry. In any case, given that you've allowed me to decide on the time and place we'll meet up, I'll take you up on that offer. 1 p.m. in front of Arumi Station. It's a bit far away, but I hope it's fine. We've spent every Christmas there together up until now. Yet we haven't been there once this season, and I feel a bit down about that. Let's go to the Arumi Integral Hotel like always. Enjoy a wonderful dinner. No, a wonderful lunch. Does that sound good? I'll be waiting for your reply. No wonder this guy is having like a horrid panic attack though. Like, Setsuna's still being so nice to him. After all the years of memories they share, after all of the traditions that they share, and her wanting to go back to that hotel. It just sucks because there's no great answer. Like we keep saying, somebody's gonna get hurt. Although, this should have been done way beforehand. I already know the reason. After all, I started feeling sick around the same time I got this text yesterday. It's because I accept Setsuna's innocent words, an invitation she had meant from the bottom of her heart. Ever ever since then, whenever I think of Setsuna, whenever I think about her, worry about her, feel guilty about her, I remember what I'm hiding from her. I feel a restlessness in my body and heart. And it all stops working. This must be punishment for straying from the right path. My body's punishment for me. Sorry, I just woke up. I feel a bit under the weather. I measured my temperature and got over 39 degrees Celsius. I'm really sorry, but I don't think I can come, so we should probably postpone our date for today. You're probably already there, aren't you? Sorry for the late response, and I'm really sorry for keeping you waiting there. Also, don't worry about coming intending to me. It might be the influenza. The influenza. Oh no. At least it's not like COVID these days. I'm going back to sleep. I have my medicine right here, so don't worry. I'll call you once I feel better. Forcing my fingers to move, I write the text. It'd be much faster to just call her, and it probably would be the right choice. Despite that, I focus my weary eyes on the cell phone and continue typing. Because hearing Setsuna's voice is too hard for me.
仕方ないよな。
Actually, it is something you can help. You could just tell her the truth. The longer you drag this out, the longer you lie to her and the worse it's gonna get. Going outside in this state was impossible from the beginning. My shivering and my cold sweat won't stop, and I can't stop the nausea and the thirst in my throat. Going to that windy coastal park in Arumi would be suicidal. I can't help it. Things are painful enough as they are.
帰るか。
I'll send this text to Setsuna and go out some other time. I'll sleep in a warm bed for a day or two. By the end of the weekend, I should be back to normal. And if possible, I'll be back to work on Monday and get my first draft checked. Next time I'll be able to see Setsuna will be next weekend. My present will be rather late. I hope her mood won't be too soured by it. That's what you're worried about? You're not worried about her mood being soured by, hey, I've been cheating on you, also I'm leaving you. Just saying, I think that's a little bit more pertinent than your present. And without settling any matters, we'll be able to continue as a couple for the winter. Am I feeling relieved over not having to settle anything today? Am I taking delight in postponing the pain?
ダメだ。
Deleted. Sorry, I missed the train. I'll be 10 minutes late, so wait just a bit longer. Don't be stupid. What purpose would that serve? How can I let such a mild punishment make me give up? If I run away from painful encounters now, if I develop a habit of turning away from that which I need to face, then who's going to protect her?
行かなきゃ。
To where Setsuna is, to where my judgment awaits. Oh my god. I have to accept my punishment.
カズサ。
Because I have someone I need to protect. Someone who is not Setsuna. Oh boy.
カズサ。
Good morning, Sleeping Beauty.
気がついた？わけではなさそうね。
Well, her eyes are open.
今、私を呼んだ？ただ顔を見てただけ。ああ、そう。何？夢の中でギターくんに愛でも囁かれてた？
Oh, it's more painful now that it's becoming truth, becoming out in the open. So before we dig deep into this mother-daughter conversation, we will stop there for now. So, thanks so much for joining me on this episode of Kazusa's Root and CODA, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, hope you take care. See you!